Vinay, I think you can share your screen now. That sharing has gone yeah. And now it's better. People are joining. We will start at 10 to, so 2 more minutes. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so it's 10 to, and I think we should start a session. So, hello everyone. Good morning from India. I'm Shikha Singh, volunteering as Vice President Professional Development at PMI Mumbai chapter. I hold a BE in Production Engineering from Mumbai University, Green Belt in Lean Six Sigma, and PMP certified from PMI. Professionally, I'm working at LRQA Inspection Services India LLP at Mumbai office and having over 18 plus years of experience in operations of inspection services and right now handling global projects. So I welcome everyone for today's PM Forum session. Guys, today's registrations are 171 plus and we are counting. So people who have not registered are requested to please register and attend this session. So PM forums are a format used by Project Management Institute PMI chapters for discussion and networking among project professionals. PM forums can be a valuable way to stay up to date on industry trends, learn new techniques, and build relationships with other project managers. So today's topic is AI use cases in Agile, insights from my book AI Meets Agile. And guess who? Very known face from PMI uh, boards from India. The speaker name is Mr. Vinay Babu Tarala. He is Agile transformation leader at AT&T. As a senior agile coach at AT&T, he helped teams and organizations go beyond agile frameworks to truly embrace a mindset of adaptability, flow, and continuous improvement. His work focuses on enabling value delivery through coaching scrum masters and product owners, launching agile release trains, and designing experiential learning journeys that translate agile principles into lasting team behaviors. At the same time, he serves as the General Secretary and Markham Director at PMI Pearl City Chapter, PMI PCC, where he contributes to strategic governance and brand storytelling. In these roles, he supports cross-functional collaboration across the board, promote member engagement through effective campaigns, and help build a vibrant, learning-focused chapter community. His LinkedIn profile link will be shared in chat box, so please connect with him. And please post your questions in the chat box. Same will be answered at the end of the session by the speaker. So I request Vinay to start his session, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Shika. Thank you for the warm introduction. Much needed because in Hyderabad it is raining. From the morning, it's raining like anything. And good morning, everybody from Hyderabad, from India. I see people have joined from different parts of the world. I saw somebody join from Qatar. Ramakrishna, good morning. Yeah, so thank you once again for the opportunity to talk in the PM forum. I know Mumbai chapter is pioneer in doing such activities. Uh, which is very much essential for the members for the PMI, not only Hyderabad but also other chapters. Very cross collaborative chapter, I would say. Very dynamic in collaborating with the other chapters. Yeah, so today let's now talk about the AI use cases in Agile. A month back, I launched my book called AI Meets Agile. It's transforming the way we work. We will go. We will go through that. And how is everybody from Mumbai? How is Mumbai? Is it warm today or rainy day? In Hyderabad, it's three to 4 days. It's raining continuously, and here it's a Dasara Navratri time. I've been to market this morning. Oh, is it raining? Okay, that's good. So market is all full of water and all. I've been to market this morning with my wife for Dasara flower. We do a festival called as Batkamma here in Hyderabad, Telangana. So yeah, it's pretty warm day, pretty rainy day, which we need. I just had a cup of coffee. Hope you had have the same. I saw Shika was having that. Okay, good. We need that. Yeah, it's a one and a half 2 hours session, right? I think you need some little bit of energy. So I'll try not to make it a bore. We'll see. Let's make it as a interactive because this session is not something where I'll cover a couple of slides and go away. It's not only getting two PDFs, but also at the end of this session, what we really learning and going back to the work probably on Monday. So I see the link of the LinkedIn. Give me a second. It's not the hyperlink. I can give that hyperlink. Give me a second. Okay. So, yeah, everybody now AI is not a buzzword, right? Everybody know about it. Now, only crux is, are we using it or not? Now that democratization or socialization of AI is done, but how far you are using and what is the level of you are using in day-to-day work matters. And there is a famous saying in the market or in the industry, you cannot ignore AI. If you ignore AI, AI will ignore you. Meaning that if you're not upskilling yourself with AI, then obviously you will become obsolete. So it's a part of our life cycle, right? Different those who are work in software industry, they eke a lot, right? When C++ gone, then Java came, then all these languages came, now Python came. But each of these new languages provided more opportunities, right? They didn't kill the employment opportunities. As simpler as AI also. And I remember one of the conversation. I've been working a lot on AI from past 3 to 4 years. I heard from one of the from UK Agile coach. He was telling that when calculator was invented, there was a huge what you call protest in the London streets, that the accountants or the financial people who were doing that hand calculations, they went for hunger strike, and it lasted for several days. But what reason? Calculator was taking away their job. That was the protest they made. But over a period of time, that calculator invention laid a path for lot many technologies, including these computer, right? So it created opportunity. It didn't take away the job. AI is also similar like that. Right now, X company or Y company might say that we are laying off 12,000 or 10,000 employees. Um, Everybody might think that because of the AI we are losing job. Partially it might be true. Maybe one project they have implemented AI, a lot of manual task has been replaced by AI. Then that team is no more having a project. Then they laid off. That could be the reason, but in a long shot. Yesterday also I was watching or listening one of the podcast. He rightly said uh, it is a cycle. Now whoever is losing job or whoever is feeling that we are a threat, if you get prepared down the line 5 years, the same jobs will be at least 3 times 4 times it will be increased. That is what the experts or whoever seen the trend, that's the situation. I just wanted to call it out before session starts itself, because here our responsibility to help each other and build confidence in each other and move forward, right? It is not Greek and Latin. We can, if you are not started, you can start today also. How many of you are using AI in your daily life or professional job? You can ping in the chat. How many of you, or how many of you are using chat GPT? Yes, no, in the chat. A bit. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Nope. Manoj says nope. Okay. Yes. So, yes, I use ChatGPT. No, not only ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity, or whatever, Copilot, or whatever. So there are two things. Are you using personal use or office use? How many of you are using for the office use? I use Copilot in our organization. Yes, Rajesh, very good, very good. Keep on typing for what reason you are using AI, so that others also will understand. So whoever using the AI in the office use, please type in the chat. Or for personal use also, you type in the chat for what reason you are using AI, or for ChatGPT, for what are you using office and personal. Good. I'm very happy to see the responses that most of us are in Copilot on Excel. That's a brilliant one, Rajat. That's a Copilot on Excel. See, Office 365, Power Apps coming into the picture. We use custom LLM in Office. We use for drafting emails and create decks. Fantastic. Create decks, right? This deck is created by using AI. I'll tell you, of course, so many of you might already know. How many of you know about Gamma? Gamma.ai. How many of you know, and how many of you are already using it? Yes, aware of Gamma. Okay, for better understanding data to take decision for different use cases like validating my project status and absolute good one, good one. It's for PPT. Yeah, so I have used that. I will maybe at the end of the session, if you have time, not aware of Gamma. Okay, Gamma is used for creating the PPTs. In a short time, you can create the PPTs very visually attractive, and yeah, use Grok. Good, good. So keep texting that so that people will know about that. See, the here in a we are in a situation where we need more democratization and more socialization of these tools, right? If you to look back 20 years back, when Excel and Microsoft no Word file or PPT, that time, if you know that, if we damn sure guarantee job those days, right? Because it was newly launched, and people started using for various reasons, right? Yeah. So circling back to the topic, I'll be very hope a majority of the call is in call majority of them are from IT industry, or if it is not IT industry, that's also fine. In non-IT industry also, the people started using Agile. Okay, for those who very be new or new for the definition of Agile, I'll try to cover in a minute, so that everybody in the call are equally involved, right? For some people, if we should not make it that this is not my cup of tea. Okay. So obviously, little bit about me. as Shika already covered, I recently wrote this book, AI Meets Agile, transforming the way we work. So, with my previous engagements in different organizations, we started implementing AI. Started very small, and we will talk about those journey, like how eventually I landed upon writing the book. And then I'm an active part of a PMI Hyderabad chapter, PMI Policy Hyderabad chapter, as General Secretary and Marcom Director. And yeah, currently working in AT&T. And previously, I worked with Collins Aerospace for a brief period of 11 years. I worked as a system engineer, PE, project manager, scrum master, release train engineer, whatnot. Where those are my golden days. I used to directly work on Airbus A350 and Boeing 777 aircrafts. The products what I worked still they are in the air in the cockpit for both flights. And then I worked on for moved to Optum and then UBS, Union Bank of Switzerland, and then previous company was the Infosys Consulting. So all predominantly last 10 years is around the agile roles, right? Be it Scrum Master, be it Release Train Engineer, be it Agile Coach, PO, Product Manager, and etc. Okay, so before I come to this slide, as I said, project, everybody know it is a temporary endeavor which will have a clear start date and end date, and then we finish that whatever the customer gave the requirements, and we deliver the product or service or whatever it may be, which have a very sequential, the traditional waterfall methodology. We call it as initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing. These are the traditional waterfall steps, we will call it as. Now, when in IT, these requirements are very dynamic in nature, and we need lot of time confirmation from the customer very frequently. So that's where the Agile born in 2001, Agile Manifesto, right? And then Agile predominantly it's an umbrella. Under Agile, you have different frameworks or methodologies like Scrum, Safe, Discipline Agile, and etc. 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 And typically Agile, all these phases, the initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing, you do it in a very short time, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Comparatively, for traditional waterfall, it may be 3 months or 6 months. So that is the definition, and that is the transformation from agile, from traditional to the agile, including the hybrid, both sides, hybrid project management. All of us PMI members or PMP who wrote PMP pretty much aware of this. Okay. And this Agile started in implementing in IT, but slowly it expanded to the all other industries, right? Including aerospace, healthcare, and including construction also. Recently, in supply chain also, it is for those who are from supply chain and healthcare and construction. You go and ask ChatGPT. It will give examples like anything. Okay, so that's a little bit for those who are not that into the agile world. Okay, so with that context, let's begin this today's session. So 63% of organization adapt AI for decision making. I see some of the in the chat already saying that yeah, Rajesh is saying that for better understanding of data to take decision for different cases like validating my project status on a regular basis for a portfolio level, etc., like under budget, etc. Absolutely. So that is McKinsey is saying, latest report from McKinsey, they are saying 63% of organizations are adapting AI. That's a huge number. And I remember strongly when I was doing a session in Infosys campus, maybe 1.5, 2 years back, that percentage were around 30 or 40%. Now, I think, yeah, you'll be getting the recording of the session. Yeah, yeah. So now the 63% is huge number, and it is projected to the 80 percentage. And if you see that percentage increase and the timeline, there are interesting things. Especially India is in high ride, and we are the when you compare in the world, we'll be in high rate of adoption rate of AI. Although the new inventions may not we coming from India, but our folks who are in Silicon Valley, they are doing it. That's another subject on how to build our big four. Modi is keen on building our big four, right? That's very good indication for those who are in India, okay, especially who are in right. Abroad, especially situations in other countries like US, UK, and Australia, we are seeing in the news, right? So it is very different and very interesting and very volatile environment we are in today, thanks to COVID, right? In some way, although it has impacted the many lives, economy, very, it's more than a world war, right? But it has given, if you see the positive side of it, it given the chance for us to work remotely, work from home, digital disruptions, whatnot. Nobody is imagined, right? And then continuing that while we are settling from that, epidemic. When we started slowly getting back to the office and all those things, this AI disruption came, especially because of Gen AI, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is pioneer in, see, AI is not only bought by ChatGPT, right? But that ChatGPT made it little bit more surface on the water. But below the surface, it is there from the ages. Whoever working on the automation, whoever working, I still remember when I was working on aerospace projects, especially this Airbus and Boeing. I used to work on commercial aircrafts. But there is a parallel projects were there on defense also, like Lockheed Martin and all other, even Boeing and Airbus, they also have the defense aircraft, right? There is a saying that technology difference between the defense and the commercial aircraft is at least 10 years, 7 to 10 years. While I was working on touch displays in 2012, we already having a touch phones, slowly, but in commercial aircraft they introduced around 2012 or 2013 if I'm not wrong, but they already started doing a 5 6 years earlier than that, right? But in touch, because of the sensitivity, they could not able to easily implement, because it is vibrated will be there, and the touch sensitivity is not as same as our phone, right? So AI is there. The point I was trying to say is AI is there from the ages, right? At least from 1980s. I'm doing a CPMAI course from PMI, this CPMAI. I was reading at this also. They clearly quoted the history of the AI also. It started from 1980s itself, during the Cold War itself. Some sort of AI, like if you are seeing all our Hollywood movies, Avengers, or other movies, they already take back Captain America. They take you to the Cold War during 1980s, right? So some sort of movies also telling that it may not happen that level, but they are also there, and there are a lot of theory, or it's all about statistics and probability, right? If you are from a mathematics background, you know that, right? That equations and everything was there in 1980s. It's just that everybody was working in silos, putting them together, and that's what democratization and socialization is very very important for any technology or any product, right? So that has happened because from last 10 years. That's what the background. So this number is very indicating that it's rapidly increasing, and organizations also, earlier, right, when ChatGPT 2.0 or 1.5, whatever that version released, none of the organizations, or very few organizations, have their own Gen AI tools. Now every organizations have their own Gen AI tools. I've been now looking, working and looking and talking to different people in different organizations. Everybody have their own Gen AI tools, right? So that's the indication that everybody has to move towards that. And specific to the agile teams, they spend 40% of time on manual planning and reporting. Like whoever working in agile world, they know about the daily stand up, sprint planning, sprint retrospection, sprint review, and backlog refinement call, right? So if you look at the amount of manual time we spend, it's approximately 40%. Obviously, it depends on the context and the maturity of the team, but overall on average, if you see, that's a 40%, right? And think about that, in your last sprint, how much time did you spend on updating boards, writing notes, reporting, and that if you collect that, stats are saying the 40%. Now, if you imagine about implementing AI in that space, obviously you'll get that 40% extra additional time for you. Now, see, because of the using this, I often get a lot of questions from leaders that what is AI, where I can implement AI. Whoever is there, there are few fundamentals. Wherever data is there, it is opportunity for AI. That is a basic fundamental, right? And now this is a prerequisite for the AI. Whatever data is there, I said whatever data is there, it's an opportunity for you to implement AI. Then the data should be clean in nature or structured in nature. So that's everybody know about big data, data science, and data engineers, right? So if you see, Excel sheets, manual tables, and all came. We wrote formulas. Then we wrote macros. Then we went for the, coding or VB codes and all. Then some automation, semi-automation. Then this big data, data lakes, big data came into the picture. Then artificial intelligence on top of that, right? I whenever go to the leaders, especially leaders are very experienced in nature, obviously, but they have limited understanding about the implementation and the use cases of AI. So then I get an opportunity to explain about that. Okay, you have the data. That data should be obviously will be data generated by various applications. It will be an unstructured. It will be not directly consumable by you, right? It needs to be structured. Then it should be giving the insights. Then it needs to use some intelligence and provide you summary or whatever the outcome you are planning, that gives you. So at the end there is a skill called as the prompt engineering. Okay, then okay, my voice is little bit low. Okay, so then the prompt engineering came into the picture. Now that prompt engineering is what making us very close to the AI, the usage of AI. Okay, which we will talk. Right. So when we realize that there is an manual things are happening, that is an opportunity for AI, right? But conditions apply. What are those conditions and all? We will try to decode as we move. Okay. So and this AI is not only restricted to certain frameworks or certain methodology. As I said, wherever data is there, it's an opportunity for us to implement the AI, right? So Agile is evolving, and these hybrid models, whatever the methodologies, frameworks, irrespective of everything, we have an opportunity to implement the AI. Okay, and obviously teams not just only using Scrum these days, right? Somebody is using Safe, somebody is using Less, somebody using Spotify. So this whatever transformation happening from traditional waterfall to the agile, and then in agile to the scrum, then to the safe and all, right? DevOps, DevSecOps, and this is the AI era we are here. So everything has a prerequisite and then history. Okay, and Spotify squads. Spotify is not only an we know Spotify by their app, music app, but they have used some engineering practices, which is called as the Spotify engineering practices. If you can type in YouTube, you'll get Spotify engineering culture. So they use certain ways of working in Agile, and they leverage AI to the next level, right? If you listen 2 or 3 songs by using your pattern, they automatically suggest songs for you. Okay, it's been happening for a very long time. Not they are not only doing from last 6 months or 1 year. They are doing for 3 to 4 years, at least more than 5 years. I think so that they have used data. They used your the response, whatever songs you are selecting, the location where you are, the type of taste, and they start giving that. Even the same technique now everybody is using, right? Netflix or Amazon these days. If you even whatever I'm talking, this device is listening, right? How many of you realize whenever I talk certain thing about that, and immediately after 5 minutes or 4 minutes, if I open Instagram, you will be seeing reels related to that? How many of you realized? Did anybody have realized? Yes. Can you give an example? Yes. Experienced it often, right? Right. So that's an indication. Everything whatever we are doing, devices are listening. But the only thing is they are listening what they wanted to listen, that's all. But everything is getting recorded, or at least stored some place, right? The other day I was looking for, and I was discussing with my wife that next month I am going to US. I need to get a good laptop. I just said this. Then I, after 5 minutes, or when I was on bed, I was, doing reels, swipe. Then I got the laptop thing. Then I was, it happened 100 times. Not just an example I'm saying. It happened. So that's the era we are in. And Spotify was pioneer in doing that, right? Okay. So, yeah, Gartner predicts 80% of enterprises will adopt Gen AI in Agile DevOps by 2027, transforming workplace. That's what, right? In previous slide, I said to 2025, 63% they are saying, okay, and in 2027, 80% it is going, right? And a lot of organizations, they're keeping innovation hackathons and whatnot. In my organization, also, a lot of hackathons are happening, right? In a hackathon, excuse me, in a hackathon, if you see 100 ideas, you trust me, around 80% are on Gen AI only. Meaning, Gen AI is one thing, but their applications or use cases are unlimited or infinite, right? I'm in aerospace. I am somebody is in industry engineering. Shika might be in other industry. Everybody is in different industry, but same LLM, but use cases are different. And the more use cases we discuss and then identify and then do some POC, MVP, and then build that and deploy it and bring it to the use. So I was surprised to see around 80% of ideas are on Gen AI, and very few are actually mutually exclusive or mutually, some are very common. But in that 80%, more than 60 or 70% are very unique ideas. So that's itself an indication that there are multiple applications. That's where, right, now if you see earlier, for PPT making or video making or audiobook or whatever, flyers, Canva, there are very limited tools using AI. Now you will be confused and you don't understand what to use. Which one is free, which one is credit, which one is, so it's you need to spend more time because that eruption has happened like anything, left, right, top, bottom, and center. Okay. And now coming back to the teams. Now we have discussed what's happening in AI world and an agile world, how you can start thinking about it, right? Let's assume you have a AI teammate. So whenever we say AI teammate, everybody will get scared, right? Now we are humans. Somebody is joining newly into our team, it will you will take your own time to get onto the speed with him or her, the newbie, right? The same thing will happen to that new person also. So that is a kind of humans we are we are living, and then all of a sudden we are saying that meet your AI teammate. Okay, I'll tell you one interesting story. Uh, uh, Last year I went to PMI Global Summit, which has happened in Los Angeles. And obviously, if you go to these conferences, right, you'll have a big what called stalls or expo areas. Obviously, it was happening in big convention hall, and me and my friend we went. And the moment I enter into the big that convention hall, I saw big tower uh, of AI, which immediately attracted me. The more it was very long, actually, some two 300 meters long. The more I walk and get closer to it, I saw Agile also. What is okay? Agile and AI. What? Oh, it's very interesting. But the one already I'm working in my space and all. As I get more visibility, it has given meet your AI Agile coach. Meet your AI Agile coach. They are having big wordings there. I was like, AI is okay. They are saying Agile coach. I am Agile coach. And the moment I saw, I got scared and okay, I got my job is gone. If not immediately, but sometime, maybe 1 year, 2 years later, I'm out of the game. The moment I saw meet your new AI Agile coach. Then I spent 1 to 2 hours, like how dog will do that, circling that. I did that to 2 hours of time. I went there. I'll tell you that if you can own Abu, if you type in the Google, you will find that own Abu. Okay, and if you don't get it, please let me know. I can give that. So I had the demo, and they were like. You can replace AI Agile coaches and all. I said, boss, what are you trying to do? It's very scary. And the moment you say we can replace Agile coaches and all, then one of the founder he came, he said, we have taken a problem statement from the, it's I think it's a Israel-based organization. We have taken a case from the market where we have a shortage of people. Okay, when organizations are going left and right transformation, they are getting not getting the good agile coaches. Like they are doing some certification and they are getting saying as agile coach. That's the one problem. Another problem is those people are also very less, and their organizations, big organizations, are going massive transformation. So to do that, to do that massive transformation, you can use this AI, obviously monitored by the agile coaches. Then I got, okay, I can use this. It is not meant to replace me. It is meant to enhance me. Okay. Then I realized. So that realization is more important, right? Whenever we see something new, we will first in shock and we will show some resistance, and then it is a process. Actually, it is as a human, it is a process. Nobody is what you call can escape this one, right? Whenever a new thing is coming, we will be surprised, shocked, and then we'll show some resistance, and then we will having our own doubts or capabilities wise or whatnot. We will find 100 reasons to reject it, and then finally that change management curve will happen. So then when you start accepting it that okay, it is meant for enhancing me rather than replacing me, that game starts. That is the trigger point for everybody. Okay, first you need to think that it is going to help me, it is not going to replace me. Once you fix that in mind, and also your behavior should be like that only. You should not become slave of that tool. You should be on top of that tool every time. Okay, how will that happen? Consistent efforts or the reskilling, upskilling things we have to do continuously, right? So now, coming back to this AI teammate, when I talk to the team saying that we'll have somebody Jack or Jan or somebody as AI person, that person will help us in whatever manual work we are doing. It will take care, and that percentage we discussed in previous slide, 40%. Let's say I am giving back to you 40% of time to you. You can take additional user stories, additional capacity for taking new stories or some innovation or whatever it may be. Okay, so that is the psychological safety we need to provide to the teams, right? So these AI co-pilots, the digital teammates working along them as alongside humans for enhancing productivity and smarter decision making. And one more thing is, we are humans. When we have a lot of data in front of you, you don't immediately complete that reading and come some observations or some analytics, right? Obviously we take our own time to think, study that and do come back with some outcomes. But when you give to that to Gen AI, it will give in a minutes, right? And also there is a less or very less chance of error while we are subjected to doing some errors, right? But anything will comes with pros and cons or advantages and disadvantages. While I'm saying the advantages, there are disadvantages on bias thing and sentimental thing that we will talk. Okay. And core functions like backlog refinements, retrospection, sprint preparation, and continuous improvement processes. Like backlog refinements, if you see, team will spend good amount of time for understand the requirement from the business or from the product, and then that requirement they go through and write the user story in simpler language, engineering language, and then they write the acceptance criteria. This is the definition of. I will not go into the very details of the agile world, but they undergo certain process. They spend few hours while converting that requirement into the user stories, then do the coding and testing, and then production, deployment, etc., etc., etc. Okay, when change is coming, right? Suddenly, during the day of planning, today is the planning. Let's say last week, entire team sat and they discussed about that user stories. They provided the estimation. Everything is done. Suddenly, one day before planning, business saying this is not the priority. This is something new. It's a flight on ground issue. We need to work on this requirement. So now, on the day of the planning, if you go, you cannot ignore this because it's a high priority, and you cannot go as it is what planned previously. Then team has to sit and work on that again. That discussion, user story writing, and all estimation and all everything, right? This is quite natural happens in agile teams. Because of that, a lot of things, a lot of times, that planning will be not successfully completed, or completed with off-boiled stuff, which is not completely properly done. So let's imagine this is the situation, and when something like Gen AI, Copilot is used, and that requirement came. Now you given that requirement, hey, write a user story for this requirement. Little bit of prompt engineering skills are needed. For based on that requirement, you do X, Y, Z. You do that proper prompt engineer prompting for that, and you got that. You just need to validate. Okay, you given that prompt to the Copilot and generated some user stories, and you now discuss with the team to validate it. So you obviously whatever 3 hours of time it will take, now you are able to do it in half an hour or 20 minutes, just for an example. Now you are in a better position, right? So now there are multiple things is happening. Your adaptability is increasing, your responsive to the business is increasing, and your turnaround time is increasing, right? So this is the required for the business. Business will not understand. Okay, they need to use a story. They need to write user story. They need to estimate it. They need to write the code. They need to test it. They need to deploy it. Business won't care. Business cares only whether my requirement is meeting to or not, because it's directly with the customer. Okay, so these kind of things we can do with the AI. Okay, and obviously, as I said, human plus AI. This is a very important thing. Okay, we are not leaving the system alone using AI. We are pairing up with us. Okay, we are making faster decision. We are making uh, quick what you call very valuable decision in short time, and mistake proof and high quality is getting. by using this AI with combination of us. Okay. And that's a statement, right? AI is not replacing us. It's becoming a teammate. Copilot help us in refine product discovery notes. AI drafts voluntary event summaries. It save hours. Now, not only business is giving the requirement, but also you stay ahead of the game. What customer is thinking, what business is thinking. You can use the GenAI tools and you can come up with your own features and user stories. And it help you to be stay ahead of the game. Not only you, but your customer is also ahead of the game. A lot of times, business and customers they don't know what they want exactly. They know on a high level, but exactly they don't know. And based on this, they can come up with the another set of new innovative features. They will not realize until unless this happened. But with these GenAI tools, right, you are already thinking about that, and you are yourself, in the ahead of the game, and which you are directly making your business or customers also ahead of the game. Okay. And what about security of our data while using these AI tools? Okay. So that is what the crux, right? When ChatGPT started performing better and the usability increased from ChatGPT 2.0 and 3.0, 3.5 all these versions, right? Everybody thinking about this is good, but what about the security? So these GenAI tools, they also came up with the framework and the safety assurance things that there are options for you to opt. If you're using commercially, like your personal also, there are options to use saying that use my data, based on my data, you respond, but don't store my data. Okay. In organizations, it is altogether different game. The Copilot or other tools, they work in your environment. They take whatever you're giving the data, they will respond from the publicly available data, and then they will give you, but they will not store or they will not feed your whatever input you are doing. Let's say for example, I'm using Copilot. I have some project data. Okay. So in the some Excel sheet, I have attached that Excel sheet. Now I need what is the lead time and cycle time? Just a random I'm asking. It gives that, it will read that, it will gives that. It has the temporary storage, okay, for it will reflect, which is refreshed for after an hour or so, and then it will get vanished. It will not store any, it only stores your prompts, but it will not store your data. Okay. And this kind of assurance is there. That's where now that numbers are increasing because everybody have their own GenAI tools. So, and also on top of that, whatever you're using, there is only the receiving but not outgoing, because these kind of filters they have came up, and then that helped in using that tools more openly or more confidently, more trust is happened there. Okay. Okay. So I'm Shami, did I answer your question on the security? Okay, let's continue. And keep on asking the questions. Whenever you have any questions, please don't stop yourself. Just put it in the chat. So supercharging ceremonies, right? What are these ceremonies? If you know about the Scrum, I just told a few minutes back. Scrum, they have the sprint planning, sprint retrospection, sprint review, daily stand up, and other like backlog refinement, etc. So now we have talked about how this Gen AI help for you, maybe you are product owner or the normal developer or tester or even Scrum Master or whatever. Now, how it can help the ceremonies also, like backlog refinement, sprint planning, retrospection, Okay, the sprint planning forecasting capability, it will see all the whatever tool you use, ADO or Jira or whatever tool you use, they have data. That is a perfect spot for the AI to read the data and come up with some what you call insights, like how, what is my velocity, what is my predictability, okay, how much team is taking, how much we are delivering, all those things. Based on that, it can give the current sprint targets for you. Okay, and retrospection, right? Lot of times everybody keeps silent in retrospection. Okay, whenever that retrospection happens, people will openly come up with what went well, what didn't go well, where we can improve. Maybe in the beginning couple of sprints, they are active, and they feel little, over a period of time it became monotonous, and then they start talking less, or some psychological safety is not there, or some reason people will not talk, right? So for that also, based on your user, when he or she is taking user story, what is the time they are closing, what is that task they are taking, what are the comments they are writing, based on that it gives some insights. Okay, in the retrospection to talk, okay, you are doing better at this, we need to, overall as a team we need to, you may not, again in retrospection you may not talk person by person, but overall team wise, okay, we are as a team we are doing better at taking user stories on time, but we are little bit behind in closing the user stories on time. So this is the stats, all those things by default. uh, Obviously it is there, but as a scrum master you need to spend manual time to get all those things, right? If I'm a scrum master, I need to go to the board, I need to go study all these user stories and get to an understanding. It will take some time, but when you have Gen AI or AI there, it will give just in a spur of within a minute, right? And then with that, obviously our goal is to, in retrospection, celebrate what we are doing good, discuss on what we are lacking, and come up with some action items so that next iteration or next sprint will better at it. That's the uh, goal, right? So to do that, obviously is Gen AI is helping. So team reports 25 to 30% faster sprint prep with AI. That's an Agile Alliance, which is recently acquired by PMI. So Agile Alliance is saying on the ground, who are using the AI, 25 to 30% faster sprint prep with AI. See, okay, and imagine retros where AI gives a team morale heat map, or sprint planning where AI predicts velocity, how many hours we could we save. Just we spoke about it, right? So that's the power of the using it, if not already. Okay. And what is the technical difference between automation and AI agent? Because both needs data to process, right? See, very good question. As I told, right? Uh, Data unstructured, structured, and then all this comes out as the automation. And repetitive task, manual task, and repetitive task are eligible for the automation. Now, using those tasks need some brainer, some intelligence to take some decision, or to provide some insight, or to provide some justification, some rationale. That's where the AI comes into the picture. And AI agent is where the workflows will be there, workflows will be automated, but some decision, some intelligence is needed, where that data, based on data. So you have, as I said, data unstructured and structured, and then you have insights. That insight also you automate. Now based on that insight, now I need to say, I need to okay, I have a data where 100 teams working on a some project. Okay, they have their user stories and all. All that data is stored in the tool. Okay, I'm very specific to the agile here. Okay, and then each I know that data or the Excel sheet, I have the user story description, a task, when somebody has taken, when they are closed, and all those things. Okay. Now I am saying I need to calculate the cycle time or lead time. That is also automation we can do. Now I am asking you, tell me, based on the what you call large lead time items, you tell me, give me the improvement features or improvement stories. Then it will give. That's where the AI comes into the picture. That automation cannot do, right? Automation is only till calculating the lead time and cycle time. But beyond that calculation, I am looking for some customization. I am looking for some help where I am not using my brain, asking you to use the machine brain. That's where the AI comes into the picture, right? Okay. And yeah, now, so this is also an interesting point where, based on my experience again, subjected to correction. See, if you know about in big organization, they have the COPs, community of practice, COEs, Center of Excellence, and PMO, Project Management Office, and APMO, Agile Project Management Office, and other COEs like architecture COE, system thinking COE, whatnot. You have 100 things, but for in the similar way, to make this AI more democratization and socialization, you need certain thing to be there, and that certain body, or not an no other organization, but a virtual team should be there. That's where this AI transformation office came into the picture. Where this AI transformation office, because as an organization, those who are working in big enterprises, they know, right? Every business unit, they have their own tools. Every business have work there in their own world. Sometimes we don't know, same vendor will be different, giving different rates for different business units. That I have seen, right? A vendor X have $100 for a monthly charge for one BU. For another BU, they are charging $250. Same software, but only thing is those two BUs, that what you call supply chain or vendor management guys, don't speak each other. That's the silos people or work. That's I've seen in my life, right? In my experience. Similarly for AI also, somebody is doing AI, that's well and good. They do it in their own world, and they are successful. Again, when you go to the other area, they start from ABCD. Just imagine when they were you successful, taking that, and these guys are working on next level. That's where you will be more what you call valuable and very short time, right? These guys need not to reinvent the wheel again, right? They can take. So who will do that? So that's where this transformation office comes into the picture. You create a center of excellence and guilds for structure or adoption. Okay. Every organization or everybody, we realize that AI is necessary. But how? Earlier it was a problem, that realization. Now realization is done. Now how you move forward? How you reskill, upskill, or how you educate yourself? How you get your hands dirty with AI? Right? We need somebody to drive it. So that's where this agile AI plus agile COE comes into the picture, right? They provide the framework, they provide the governance, they help us in cross collaboration, they help us in storytelling, they help us in sharing the success stories. They help us in getting people all together. AI is not one person's cup of tea. It is multiple people, right? Those days are gone where only data engineers or data scientists talk about AI. Now, as well, coach, I am talking about AI. Now, you will talk about AI, right? AI is everywhere, right? And not only we are talking, but we are writing books. We are developing the tools, right? That is the level we are in now. So do that, when we need a large scale transformation, we need a structure like this. So that's where the AI transformation office comes into the picture. And 47% of organizations, they started doing it. Okay, and they started already in some organizations. You have all these PMOs and all this. Right? They paired with them instead of creating a new one. They paired with them to make it more. Okay, democratization. To scale, some companies create AI plus Agile plus AI guilds, the teams that experiment and guild rolled out. Think of it as your AI piloting, right? That's where the beauty of is this all like-minded people will be in same place, subject matter experts will be there, okay, the change agents and representation from the majority of the teams or the businesses, all this will be there. And we will be making sure all wheels of the car, the four wheels are not running in different direction. You in order to make your ride faster and correct, all four wheels needs to be aligned and moving in the right direction at the same time. That kind of thing, that kind of work, this AI transformation, office will do. Okay, Shami, sprint making time reduction. In classical way of making sprint, customer requirements are aligned with customer and accordingly sprint is developed and tested. How AI helps in reducing the sprint time? Okay, that's very, yeah, good question. We discussed one part of it that customer is saying this is not priority and another priority I need to work on, that we covered. Okay, now we have taken that also change we have taken with the that Gen AI. We have done that no user story writing quickly, and then we have taken that. Now sprint started, sprint end, we have 2 weeks for these 2 weeks of time. What are the cycles we have? A user story is taken by me as a developer. I'll take a look at the user story and look at the logic and look at the code. I'll see whether the existing code is working or not. I'll use TDD or BDD or whatever, and then I will not write the code again, but I will do the testing for the new requirement if that existing code is working or not. Obviously, it will not work. I'll get some bugs. I'll fix those bugs, and then that code is ready for this new logic. And then testing team will also do their own testing and all integration and all those. So now there is a GitHub Copilot. Okay, note down that GitHub Copilot. Look at the YouTube or Google or ask ChatGPT. GitHub Copilot. It is an Copilot for the writing the code in the GitHub. It will give the code by default. If you just give the user story as a prompt, it will give the code. And organizations are implementing already that, and we are one of them, right? And now, so with the code you are getting GitHub Copilot. Obviously, normal way you will take a day. With GitHub Copilot, half an hour. I don't know how many. Obviously, very less people in the or nobody there in the call on the developing side. But they know they start to use it, and they know it, and then the code is done. Now for the testing also, they have a lot of automation test cases. And then testing is also, we have different tools. I cannot call it the tools which were using by our organization, but they are definitely tools. Myself, I worked on one idea where it will go all the that infinite loop from DevOps infinity cycle from requirements to the deployment, continuous exploration, continuous development, continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay, CE, CI, CD, CP. Okay, and for testing also they have tools. Now for testing, they used to take 1 or 2 days. That is also reduced now. I'm talking about the best case, obviously subjected to complexities. Okay. Now for production, the Jenkins, all the integration testing will happen. Then go for production. There also AI is helping. Okay, you just need to write the code and integrate, connect that APIs or whatnot. Now these 2 weeks of, on an average, the life cycle of user story is 2 weeks. With this AI enhancement, that 2 weeks is reduced to less than a 1 week. Right? Now now suddenly you have a luxury of taking an additional user stories. Okay? Obviously, there's 3 weeks is reduced to 1 week, then 3 days is reduced to 1 day. You have a 2 days additional capacity. So those 2 days, obviously, you will take new stories, right? So that's how it is helping. With its Gen AI, you are able to write the content, you will able to write the user stories. You are giving those same user story as an input to the GitHub Copilot. Now you understand how it is quickly evolving. I don't think people will take our organizations or big enterprises. I'm coming to this will lead to headcount reduction. Yes, I'm coming there. Obviously, they have extra bandwidth and they will work on new things, right? As I'm saying, this will lead to the headcount reduction. That's where organizations started doing that. But in reality, everybody is lacking innovation. If you see, not talking about the Netflix or not talking about the Zomato or our Gen Z development things are it is serving everybody, but it is attracting Gen Z, right? Or Instagram Reels or whatever. I'm not talking that, but you think about big enterprises like Boeing, Airbus, like AT&T or like Optum, big enterprises, like those guys. Uh, Somehow they started laying off people, but they are failing fair amountly in meeting the customer expectations. How that customer expectations can be taken care? You use the AI, right? Again, I go back to the last year PMA Global Conference. One of the presenter, I will not um, name him because he is my friend. Obviously, I we got introduced there only. He is also Indian, but he is settled in US. Hope that guy is not listening this record. But I'm not taking your name, bro. Okay, so he was delivering a lecture or the session like this on the AI. And right after his session, our session was there. I was talking on agile ways of working in Bani world. That guy is talking on AI. He is also from our PMA world. Uh, he is Desi and he settled in US. Okay. And he was so passionate about the session that it was really good presentation. Set the open the context. I know we had this problem, and as a PM, I have he has got little bit business background also, and also little bit of technical knowledge also. With my experience, we have done this. It's some 20,000 hours. We reduction is done, then all and all. And that is the power of AI. Like how I am saying, he also done that. 20 20 30 minutes session done. Q&A session started. In Q&A session, in front of us or alongside me, there are US people also. It's a global conference and it's happening in US. That is in LA Convention Center. A lot of people came from different countries, Africa, Europe, and US, and including India, Asia. Even Chinese people were there, couple of them. All of a sudden, one lady, US lady, she asked, see, he told actually with huge pride, we have saved 20,000 hours because of that. This 100 people, efforts are saved and all. He told, brilliant. Then this lady asked, what happened to those 100 people? She asked. This guy, bichara, laid off. He said, laid off. Whole room was on silent. Like somebody gone will do that 2 minutes silence, right? Like that it was. That itself indicates while we celebrating technology advancement, you think about the human also, right? And eventually, somebody has broke that silence. Another question they were asked, and I went to that guy. यार तूने ऐसा कैसे बोल दिया निकाल दिया बोल के तो निकाल दिया भाई यू टोल्ड देन फिर उसको क्या निकाल दिया मतलब प्रोजेक्ट से निकाल दिया उसको दूसरा प्रोजेक्ट आ गया तो वो बोल सकते ना वो There is a difference in removing and putting them in another project, right? And on top of that, other project also they'll encounter this situation. So as a organization, when something is happening, you nurture or you train or you upskill your people. Obviously, now you remove this. For example, you remove these people. Next set of people will be there. There also AI is working. You remove that also. By removing for what you are doing. AI is see at the end of the day it is for hours only, right? If I other day I was reading an article. There need not to be a HR department. Completely HR department is not needed. One co-pilot is needed. It seems. Okay, let's assume I'm a CEO of that company. Then I have bought that AI application. Then I have fired entire HR department. Now, when things with the employees, you don't know because your co-pilot is taking care all the salary thing, whatever the HR responsibilities. But who will understand the emotions? Who will talk to the people? What is the real feedback? How mature your team are? How trust level your team is? What is happening? If you don't really think about it, these people will gone, right? And over a period of time, your performance will be on stake, your delivery on stake, your customer. Again, at the end of the day, your customer is human. If you don't think logically or wisely and in some human aspects, obviously cost is involved. Obviously, as a leaders, we need to show quarter on quarter this increase, that saving, this saving. But you think about human point of view. Otherwise, one day there will be no one about thinking about you. As simple as that, right? That is the responsible AI is coming into the picture, right? Okay. I'll come back to that question, Shami. I'll finish one slide and I'll come back there. Okay. And one example here is AI solution. As we discussed, auto-generated draft user stories and acceptance criteria, forecasted team velocity. And this is one real-time example where 30% faster sprint planning and improved backlog clarity and readiness, predictive dashboards, flagged risk early. So this is a third point we have not touched. We have tools and data is there, whatnot. That Scrum Master will monitor the boards, the storyboards or whatnot. Lot of times in planning or whatever way we discuss about the risk, those risks are kept in some Excel sheet or some tool, but nobody bothers about it. Most of the times, there are few teams who are very good at it, but on an average. But that real time monitoring of that risk will not happen. Obviously, we have to go to it. Right, risk is a wrong technique, resolved, won, mitigated, accepted, all those things. After starting of the sprint, nobody will go on daily basis and see. Sometimes weekly we'll see, Scrum Master will see, or somehow whoever owned that risk they will see. But there is no real time monitoring of that. AI can help you there. Okay. See, if you are somebody from mechanical background or on a normal, even as a normal people also, when I see this paper, this is a very thin and it is bending. Let's say it is rigid. Let's say it is very rigid, like a slate. When I put some pressure, it will not bend, but it is taking some load. You keep on increasing the load. At one point, it breaks. Does that slate gives an indication that it is going to break? No. It will take the load. That load will increase. Certain part, it will break. Okay. Risk is also like that. No. Whenever it is coming, it will not give you first warning, second warning, third warning. It happens. It happens. Right. Until unless you kept some warning signs. There are some people who keep that warning sign also, but on average. So when you use this AI, right, it will help in recognizing that pattern or whatever it is, right? That's where it help. So AI doesn't replace ceremonies, it amplifies team conversation. Obviously, again, here we are saying AI is not replacing you, you in the teams. AI also not replacing your ceremonies. It is always about enhancing it, right? Okay. Now, before going there, Shami, can you clarify what all AI tools are useful for PM doing waterfall projects in telecom cloud deployment? First one, I'll type in the chat. PM Infinity. Okay. I'll give you the links also. PM Infinity. PM Infinity. Okay. Which is from PMI. If you're PMI member, it's like a ChatGPT version, but from PMI. It is a very good tool. It cannot be directly compared with ChatGPT, but it is getting better at it. Recently they released a new version. In December also, they're going to upgrade the next version. So that you can do it for all the I can show that maybe at the end of the session I can open the PM Infinity tool. You can look at it. Okay. And for whoever working in agile teams, I don't know how many of you already using it or aware of it. Safe Copilot. If you're a safe scaled agile framework members, there is a safe Copilot for agile teams. Fantastic tool. Whoever working in agile safe framework. Any good AI certification from where? For we are doing telecom conference. Again, this is the certification CPMAI. I will type. I'm also preparing for that. CPMAI. Okay. I'll also show that. So very so far good experience. I need to give the exam. But for a PMs, that's itself CPMAI yes, it is launched by PMI. So what CPMAI stands for? Cognitive Project Management in AI. If you're handling AI projects, now or later, I am envisioning mostly majority or we will handle AI projects in future, maybe after 2 years or 3 years, I don't know. But we will be handling the AI project because right now I am doing in my current role. So how to handle AI projects? That's a fantastic course. You can take a look at it. I'll also show at the end of the session. Okay. Now we talked about the currently where we are with AI and Agile and how we can enhance ourselves with AI. Then how Scrum ceremonies or Agile ceremonies can enhance AI. And we have seen one example. What is the number, productivity number, what we have increased now. And we have also seen COE, Agile plus AI COE. Now, let's talk about some tools and templates and let's talk about the maturity map. I'm sure most of you know about this framework. Crawl, walk, run, fly. Okay. So crawl is very beginning. Just we born and we are crawling. And grow walk is something just we started learning walking and then putting some baby steps and we started standing and walking. And then run is we started running after certain time, some maturity. And then you got some wings and you are flying. So that's the framework. And now this framework, when we apply it to the AI plus Agile, okay. For example, crawl means like AI writing notes. Now most of the teams they have that transcript capability, right? You know, I don't know how many of you are using. CPMI is a self-study. It is a e-learning. You have 30 hours. It's a e-learning. I'll talk about it. Yeah. So this most of you having the teams in office, they use the transcript option. When we use the transcript option, everything, even I use Zoom extensively for my personal use, and I am heavy use of AI. So every call, I get a summary of the discussion or the transcript of the description. Based on the transcript, I go to ChatGPT and ask the some. This is this transcript. This is the. Can you provide me the summary and the action items? I'll give the action items. I'll send the MOM. I need not to sit and write all the MOM. Spend a good amount of time. It gives giving in a minutes. It's giving more than what I write or what we capable of writing, and it's giving the real time dates also, action items. Okay, same is happening in the workplace also. If not, we are doing already. Start using it, or ask your leader to tell that we have to use it. Otherwise, our productivity is dead. The organizations, again, I'm telling the organizations who are using AI, right? They have the better shot in the market. Even in the employee point of view, also, your skills are enhanced, right? Now typical project manager meeting minutes, writing, action items, doing follow up, into reading that Microsoft project planning pages, all the pages. One do you do one change, entire thing down the line will be changed. All those things, it requires a lot of time and effort and concentration, right? That's where these tools are helping, and it is giving more power to you, more capacity to you, and this capacity you utilize it for this more meaningful conversation or some innovation or some additional work you take. So that is the sweet spot in the organization. If you are already especially in my organization, we use left and right. Okay, I heard in ThoughtSpot and MathWorks, and in other organizations. There are many organizations. I'm running a sort of organizations, but I have speak with people, right? They started using left and right. Their productivity is at the next level. Okay, so crawl means, for example, writing an AI notes. Walk means AI stayed with basic task management. When I got the capacity and the user stories ready, when just using that AI tool based on the previous history, assign the user stories. Like whoever working with the team based on the past history, working on the user stories, you default assign. Then you enter into the planning and discuss whether this assignment is right or wrong. That respect to Asane will say, yes, this is absolutely right. I will take and I'll work, right? So how much time you're saying? You're going through manually each story, reading it, understanding it. Okay, this village worked in earlier. Let's give to village. Or village, would you like to say take it or what do you take? These things are already saving running AI optimizing workflows and suggesting improvements. Obviously, you see the data, one sprint is done, two sprint is done. By default, to read the data and come up with some improvement features and all, user stories and all. AI predict sprint outcomes with accuracy. So, whatever we are planning at the fly level, it will say what is the probability, 95% or 90, 85, based on the skill set, what based on the history, what we are working, based on the skill set of the team members, whether these stories, these sprint stories are 80% completed, 90% achievable. That kind of things are there. Only 80% of organizations rate themselves advanced in AI and agile maturity. MIT slow on 2024. See, only 80%. There is a huge scope. Whoever is doing that, they have, you know, uh, better chance of retaining themselves in the organization, right? I keep on getting these questions. If we do chapter events, network events, all the conferences. We recently done our mega conference. I do frequently get this question, especially from the experienced people like us, more than 20 years or 15 years. Hey, no, I'm looking for a job opportunity because they are asking me to do and leave and all those things. It's a high time for us to what upskill and start working on it, right? Okay. Mm, sorry. Okay, now if you are using Otter during calls, you will not to ask ChatGPT to summarize, sir. Yes, it will do all the tasks for yes, informing just for the benefit of absolutely. Yes, Udaynath, yes. Zoom also it will give automatically summary and what the action items it will also give. Yes. And based on this summary and action items. Uh, can you come up with some idea to present something for the leadership meeting or something like that? That you can do in ChatGPT, right? So there are the applications are numerous. It is just you need, sorry, you need to think in right direction and use it. Okay. Thanks, Udayanath, for that. Is there any AI tool to integrate with Jira? Yes, there are plugins, Jira plugins. If you can type in Google or ChatGPT, it will give you. Can you show any use case in day-to-day activity in Scrum and Kanban ceremonies? Unfortunately, all are work tools, but we will see. I'll walk through that one side, Onabu, where you can find or at least you can sense how we can do that. Okay. Now, leading the future, obviously, everybody by this time we have realized we have to use it, and which will shape the next generation project management officers, teams, and leaders. And AI co-pilots helping leaders align with OKRs with the delivery data, right? Whatever OKRs objectives and key results at the high level, the organization and leaders are deciding. It will help. AI will help in navigating them very fastly to the team, and also develop better outcomes when compared to the normal scenario. Agility with AI is not an optional; it is the future. Obviously, if you want to be part of future, there is no choice. One AI practice you try with now. You tell me what are the practice you can try with your team next week. You can type in the chat. What AI app you can use for analysis and Excel and PPT making? PPT making Gamma. This is what I will show PPT making Gamma. And Excel also, there is a Microsoft 365. They are giving an option of Copilot in Excel, Copilot in PPT also. It's a premium subscription. And in some organizations, my previous organization, they used to give. Uh, in Microsoft 365 premium option, they're using Copilot in Excel, Copilot in Notes, Copilot in PPT, Copilot in what that other Office applications. Okay. Is there any tool to check agile maturity of a Scrum team? I'll show that. I'll show. Okay. So with that, I'll coming back to my book called AI Meets Agile, Transforming the Way We Work. Right. So this is the book. I have tried to cover this whatever we spoke from last 1.5 hour, right? It's there in the all these chapters. Okay, hope you can see this picture. Okay, so these are the on the screen. AI meets Agile. Chapter one is on the why AI needs Agile and why Agile needs AI. All these are AI generated images which I kept in the book. And chapter two is on the I do share. I will give the link in the chat. Chapter two is on the Beyond Scrum, which I've started, which I've touched bit in our today's conversation. Beyond Scrum and smarter ways to be agile. And chapter three is about the agile teammate, agile co-pilot. Fourth one is on super ceremonies that we have touched again, and fifth one is going global. It's a very interesting topic where AI gives a luxury in talking in our native languages. The innovation is not restricted to the one language. Innovation is different for different people, different languages, different culture. So that's where AI is helping like anything. That is a chapter fifth I covered, which is very important. Chapter six, like most of us have this building trust with responsible AI. Whatever I was telling about the people the feelings and all, how AI needs to be manured. That I covered in chapter six, and chapter seven is safe teams, strong teams. Tracking mood and mindset with AI. So AI sometimes we may fail in understanding few of the sentiments of the people, but AI can help us there. Okay, this is very controversial thing, but I try to cover that. and the Agile and Transformation AI Transformation Office, which we discussed just now. But I have quoted a lot of organizations where already using them and how they are benefited. The use cases I talked about it. This all these chapters are on my research and my experience and the use cases what's happening in the global. Okay, and like that you have all the chapters till uh, 14 and till 15, okay, cracks and catalyst, and last one is on the path forward. Okay, and you can scan this QR code. Actually it is available in Amazon. I've launched this book 1 month back. Till now around 80 or 90, I didn't check uh, last 3 days, but around 80 plus copies are already sold, which is good. I could not able to promote much because of the other conference which we are doing, but now this is the time. Whatever guys who have taken, they give me enough solid feedback on few of the things which I will be working for volume two. I'll tell you the story about this book. Okay. Um, I've started in 1.5 year back, and then I realized when Gen AI started giving wonders, I think 3.5 4 years back. That moment I realized I was a little bit early in using that. I've spoken in various conferences on use cases. I've given the live demo and all, like how we can write the user stories. And now also we can go through that. If I have time, I can show that. Okay, based on the feedback and whatever I'm doing in my earlier organization, then I realized that okay, now I think we can write it. There was a small warm inside to write a book from past 15 16 years. Then it didn't go, but I thought of writing something in Agile around 5 years back, but because of various reason I couldn't do. Always we think, but we will not get into the action. But 1.5 year back, then I realized I started writing the blueprint of the book, like how it needs to be, what are the topics it needs to be, what are the chapters and all. But this year, beginning on Jan 1st, I announced on LinkedIn that in next 6 months I will release the book, which made publicly announcement, right? Then it's like a putting bomb under you. Like people started asking how hard it is coming and all. The more people asked, the more it put kept pressure on me, which was I thought it is required for me to push hard because 1.5 last 1 year it is not going, 1.5 year it's not going. But when I put it on LinkedIn and announced it, they started people are started asking it. Now that gave me motivation and little bit of push for me. And in July I finished it, but because of the public, since I am the first time doing it, we don't have good author background and all. So little bit of challenges I had in converting that into the publishing into the book. The manuscript part, writing part is done, but editing and getting into the publisher, getting into an understanding that all these commercials, I didn't put much amount. It's just a printing cost. It's there in Amazon. Actually, there was an offer till last week on 350 rupees or 380. Now today I saw this morning. Just I was able to check whether this QR code is working or not. It's looking somewhere around 440 or something. Let me check again once again. Hope this QR code is working. Yes. How much is showing? Yeah, 474. That's fine. Very worth. After writing also, I'm reading my book because the more I read myself, I'm getting more, thoughts. And thanks to all, yeah, 470 is for. Thanks to all my readers, 80 plus readers, they're giving me feedback on this is where you can increase the content. This is where we can trim. I'm spellbound by the that what you call feedback, because the more I'm getting, it is an indication that more people are reading it. Okay, so whatever need of the hour, it is not whoever very good of reading books, please go for it. I'm planning to do some podcast, but that is taking more time. I don't know, maybe next 3 4 months I can do that podcast. Okay, So coming with that, so quick thing. So let me see. Let me show. Yep. Maybe I can put that as a link. Which is easy for us. Okay, now if you go to this gamma exit, see this is a gamma app. Okay, and you have the, I'm using free version, by the way. This is not paid version, it's a free version. Okay, I'll put this also for everybody's. So if you see, there is a PPT I have created. Okay, you can create a new, you can import your existing also. Create, I took yesterday this new blank and then I went here. Okay, see team, this is very open. There is no secret. Everybody use this chat GPT. Okay, now, okay. Recently I'm working to convert my book to convert book to audio book. Okay, generating, where is this PM? See, if you see here, new chapter. So I gave that one prompt that beginning. I gave this flyer, Mumbai chapter flyer. I took screenshot. I kept there, and I asked, suggest a LinkedIn post. I've shared the last LinkedIn post is I've generated content like this. Okay, post that. Now I used Shika's email as a, of course, there is no confidential information, no, right? I used it. I use her invite. Then I said, now suggest content for me to present, use attached image as reference. Then it gave. And do you know, yesterday I spent 2 hours or 1.5 hours for this presentation. That's it. Okay. And that too, why I need to spend more time or half an hour or more than sufficient, but I spend more time to make it more impactful. If I think this is my just work PPT, then half an hour I should have done it. But something I need to present meaningful and very useful for you, right? Then I have spent good amount of time. Then it gave me introduction, AI meets Agile, practical use cases, case example and stories, insights from AI meets Agile, practical advice for students and practices, Q&A wrap up, flow, insight stories and advice. Now deck, I asked now, okay. It is itself asking, would you like to prepare a slide by slide draft deck outline? Yes, it gave us. Now see the beauty. Now it has given this, right. I've taken this like this. Then I went to Gamma. There is our friend Gamma. Then I went. I took a new. I gave some title. Okay. Then agent. Then I get. I'm just, some steps are no needed for some editing and all. I just kept directly, and it is generating. It takes some time. Then I go, you see, started giving it like that. Obviously, the content what it gave, I've not directly did cap paste, right. Then I went and then what do you call? I fine tuned it because I wanted to put this flyer here. I added this and I put this by book. And then I said I want to provide some data, not only with the no content theory. So like this, I created in 1 hour maximum, that I'm telling, very maximum 1 hour of time. Maybe it could be a half an hour, between half an hour to 1 hour, right? Now this one is, this is quite shareable. I'm sharing this link here. You can open up in your laptop or mobile. I yesterday evening I prepared this post our during our dry run, and then yesterday night I before going to bed I was looking at it my mobile. I sent this link in my WhatsApp, and I opened it in mobile. In mobile also it is coming like a web page. How many of you are trying in that mobile? You can try. It's coming like a web page, right? Yes, right? Amarnath. Oh, Amarnath is joined. Okay, it's God. So, so it's a web page, right? You need not to worry about it. If you have internet, that's all, right? So that's how you can create anything. Gangadhar Gandham. Okay, our own guys is there. Two Amarnath and Gangadhar from PMAPCC. Thanks, buddy, for joining. So yeah, that's how you create PPTs, right? Okay. Then what else I was uh, yeah. So if you see here, you have plenty. I have my own Agile coach, Vinay Agile coach here. I have my own chat agent, Vinay Agile coach. I can ask anything about planning or anything. It will talk like a Vinay. If I respond, this is my digital twin of Vinay Agile coach, Vinay Babu Tarala Agile coach, right? It will give answers. What is estimation? Probably you might have. Okay, I will save some time. Probably you might think that same thing is there, but why again Vinay Ajal coach? Because it has got its Vinay tone, Vinay thinking, Vinay background. It will try to mimic as Vinay. It cannot replace again. There is a condition supply. It will try to contextualize from the background what I have come and how would I respond. That it will give. Normal chat GPT, it will give from the open sources. That's a difference between the normal no, response and this response, right? So that's the difference. Okay. Can you show how to create Agile coach? That is here you can create agents here. It's a new simple one. That but it will take some time. But in ChatGPT, if you try to type, it will try say Anand Reddy from Hyderabad Pearl City, proud of this presentation. Thank you. You made my day. Okay, so ChatGPT. So I am using it from past 4 years. I'm a premium user. Everybody use it. There is no rocket science. But if you are not using, uh, just be careful. Okay, don't do cut copy paste work. Do cut copy work paste work with your mind, not just a tool. Okay. Yeah. What else we thought of? Onabi. Oh, Nabi. This one is a game changer again. Onabi like Onabu. See, this presentation I want to do it in person for our chapter, but yeah, I am not able to spend some time. But Mumbai chapter has given me right time post this South Asia conference storm. I think before only she came, but that time I realized post conference I don't have anything. I can go for it. Fortunately, we could able to do. Okay, so this one Onab, guys. This is again. Please do that Hyderabad also. I will do definitely. This one, guys. See the use cases. See how it works. There, let's go to use cases. Okay, it gives all this thing. I will not go. I want to show the solution. This is very important. Okay. Onabus knows your team. That is a AI teammate. Updated work status. Dependencies and blockers. Let's go to this. My favorite thing. Okay. Blockers reshuffle. Like this, you explode, right? It will give. This is a tool. This is a demo they are saying. This is a demo of a tool. This tool is been I think, sold to many companies. When I saw this in US, they gave me this calendar. Every day I keep here. so that it keeps reminding me, if you don't upskill, you're gone. So this guy is given when I do the QR code scanning, this website will open. You see, this one I saw that I was saying that meet your hope it you're seeing meet your everyday AI agile coach. When I saw this one, right, I was like, I got heart attack because the moment I saw Gaya Mera Job, not immediately, but sometime, then I started chasing it. By chasing this, like this, many things I chased in terms of AI, which eventually made me to write this book and eventually, help people. It's about co-learning. Most of you in this call, you might have other ideas or other things or same on this also. Please do share to the community. Sharing is caring. The more you share, we will be better people in terms of upskilling, telling you, right? So if you see here, it gives everything. Okay, dependency map to which all it depended. I feel envy. I don't have this kind of software with me. These Israel guys, I think they imagine every organization using this kind of software. You will be releasing products just like that. Okay, obviously it impacts resources, but as I said, it is an organic process of evolution. Okay, if you be better at it, you will be in a better spot. If you don't, you will also don't. Okay, those are the dawns. If you, those are the days are gone where if you learn for a technology, your life is settled for 10 years. I even when I started my career in 2010, I realized that okay, if I learn something, it will be there for a decade or some years. That decade become 5 years, 5 years become 3 years, three become two. Now we don't know, right? That is the trend. Everything is happening quite fast, right? So this is how. Okay, let's go to this one. Other things like how you track the work from organization, from company portfolios, products, teams, and people. Okay, like this. See all these things. You can check this for how the use cases for POs, project managers is also there. Okay, Scrum Master, developers, transformation leaders, agile coaches, CTOs, etc., etc. I should not spend a good amount of time here. Otherwise, I will be, vouching for this. There is no relation between me and that Onabu and also Gamma. I'm just telling that I am leveraging them. I'm not a salesperson of them, but yeah, it is very good one. Okay, like that, there are many tools. You can take a look at it and get yourself updated. So the previous question, Decky said PMA Infinity is there, right? This is also very interesting. I'll also show the safe Copilot also. Again, I'm a volunteer of PMI. Okay, and see, there is a 30 days free trial for non-members. There is a Infinity for members. I'm a member, I can open. If you're not a member, you can trial for 30 days. Okay. Then I also, meanwhile, I'll open safe login. See, PMA Infinity. Now I've logged in. I'll also put the chat link in the chat. Okay. Now, if you see, super nice. Yeah, give me a second. I'll come back to you. So now if you see here, all the prompt library is there. Now, these agents is what I've spoken there, Vinay, Agile Coach or something like that. Tutorials also there. You leverage it. I tried a couple of times to explain the concept of WBS. See, it will give WBS and all whatnot. And also give your project data and then check it is giving. Obviously, that project data should not be confidential in nature. Okay. I personally use PMP Infinity super power useful to test your PMP knowledge to the max. I cleared PMP. Yeah. The clearing exam also it is useful. Okay, so this is the PM Infinity, right? And now they are wait, what is the version? Do we get that version? So they are actually upgrading that. Okay. This is the second version, and third version is also pretty soon it's come. And when you see the safe, where is the safe copilot? Where are you, Macha? Okay, I need to sign in now. Okay. See, this is the safe copilot. Okay. This one also I'm giving link, but you need a safe membership to use it. So here also they are saying create a retrospective agenda. Anything, if you are working in a safe world, anything it will give. Quality metrics review, 5 minutes introduction, 5 to 15 minutes review quality metrics, group discussion, and then brainstorming improvement action, prioritize action, wrap up. Built-in quality appreciation, idea two, like that. Idea three, quality improvement workshop, like that. You take anything. What is agile release train? What agile coach do in safe? Who is a release train engineer? You name anything in safe world, will give an answer. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, Suparna. She can unmute herself and ask her orders.
Ashika here. I think you forgot my name.
No, Suparna has raised her hand.
No, she cannot talk. She can only write here. So,
Okay, okay, that's what. Suparna Das Gupta raised her hand is what I see. Yeah.
Suparna,
I
you are requested to please type in the chat box and your question will be answered.
I know you, Shika. I know you from long time.
No, I'm just joking. So,
Yeah. So, okay, I'll see the question. Can we straight away rely on data presented by a presentation tool? Like here, your 80%, like here in your side, some 80% figure from it just to ensure presentation should be authenticated. That's what I spend extra time for that validation only. Somebody asked that, how are you saying it is a, then you should be in a position to validate it. For that reason, we need to spend extra time. Okay. Let's imagine to go to McKinsey site for yourself, identifying the right article, identifying thing. This requires lot of research time. Maybe 1 2 hours you will take. You need to go through it. Now by automatic AI is giving that. To validate it, you go there and ask the sources. In ChatGPT also, when you ask source, it will give the link. You can go there and validate it. Okay, that validation is more important when we are doing this kind of presentation. If you are not in a position to validate, uh, people will say, okay, this guy got AI stuff. Today also I showed this thing because everybody will do this, but nobody will tell it. Okay, but we have to make sure that we are doing smart work, but in the right direction. See, the intention is to give generate a good PPT, which I more or less I'm assuming I have generated a good PPT. But also you need to deliver it good, right? If I don't do that, people will understand, right? It happens in our work also. People will come with nice presentation, visualizations, that graph, that graph. By seeing that PPT only, you will be worried, gaya mera. But delivery is important, no? Some people might be good at delivery, but they're not good at PPT. So overall, what is the outcome? What is the expectation? What is the goal of this today's session? Awareness of AI, awareness of AI in Agile, awareness of tools, awareness of use cases, help each other, servicing volunteering, echo with PMI. I'm a PMI voluntary, and then give some takeaways, share from tools. Everything is done, right? Have some meaningful conversation. Initially, I thought 2 hours. How can I engage in the conversation? Because I'm very good at in not good, but, what you call handful of sessions I've given in chapters in Gupia. I was a speaker in Global Summit also. I was speaker in our South Asia conference, not South Asia, APAC. Here and there I speak, but I never speak for 2 hours. This is the first time I'm speaking for 2 hours.
Yeah, I have
Initially,
attended lots of events in our this lim when we met in Malaysia, and I think and there was Manohar is also with you, and the pairing of both of you is very like it's very humorous. So I think that is the best way to present any topic. So that's why I told you you are a known face to me. So I have been like, okay, Vinay Babu Tarala, should I call him? And thank you for accepting that invitation. So we really
yeah,
like the way you presented today.
yep, yep. So I thought 2 hours will be difficult, but somehow s- we are good. I think I'm good with the presentation. So far, I think we have covered all questions in the chat, I guess.
There is one question from Q&A chat box where
Oh.
Brahmanand Reddy Rauri is asking why companies are blocking using AI tools.
Because of the security reason, oh, Brahmananda. Security reason only the thing. Okay. Because there are some sectors of the industry like banking, very, I still remember my days in UBS, very highly protected environment or secured environment. Okay. And in some healthcare, like insurance companies, where insurance details should not be, when whoever working in US healthcare, they are also very highly secured environment. I'm from aerospace industry, right? I know all these ITAR, ITAR, EAR complaints. ITAR means international. I don't know that full form, but export complaints thing. We used to have a restricted areas where we should not enter actually, person as a person. By seeing your desktop, we can know the stuff. So those kind of security reasons only they will be blocking. Otherwise, nobody will block because your productivity is increasing like anything. Okay. Okay, I can send the PPT in the chat.
I think it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel also, PMI Mumbai chapter. So you can see the recording and PPT is also will be going through. So you can refer the PPT also. So that will be posted in our LinkedIn post in a couple of days after the when the recording is being approved. So Vinay, thank you for the session. And as I told you, there will be, I think you answered my question, but then there was you told, okay, some warm came in my head and then I started. But then who is your inspiration to write a book? Like, okay, I should write a book. Like, okay, did you saw somebody or like did you why it was a book, why it is not a podcast, as you told that you are planning to start a podcast. So mostly now in the days of AI, you said why it is like okay, people should take the effort to read those things, because nowadays everything is so handy and people just Alexa do this, Gemini do this, and then they get to hear and then that's it. So why it is a book?
Very, very important question. I often getting this question. First inspiration is when I was doing my engineering, right? I am from local college here in Hyderabad, Srinidhi Science of Technology. When I was doing my mini project in DRDO, which not DRDO, it's a similar to DRDO. It's called as ARCI, Advanced Institute for no Research Materials. Okay. There I worked under three scientists for 2 weeks, 15 days. It's a total 5 days internship. And that opportunity I got because of my that time my one of my brother was working as a HR. Like his brother, meaning we used to stay in his house as a tenants. He was a owner. I was doing my mechanical engineering that time, all robotics club and all. I was robotics club president back then, or general secretary, president, and those this student club. So by saying that into he gave me opportunity to do that intern, because that getting intern opportunity in PSU is next level. Then when I went there, first two things blew. I was totally in shock. One day I didn't concentrate or at least not even dare to open my mouth because of two reasons. One is all my friends from IITs, because Usually IITs, they provide the internship. Second thing is, I need to work under scientist. Then these two things made me to put my shoulder up and focus every time. When I worked under each scientist, I learned that research, all these things, why it matters. Then when I met these IIT friends, when I visited IITs, every engineering student will dream about IIT, right? But when I after entering engineering, then I realized the importance of IIT. When I went to IIT campus and all, I saw how they will be into the games and all, real practical learning. Okay, that was a time where this research thing that seed was planted, and engineering done, office, professional life and all became. That time I had some thing that someday I need to publish some papers. Then I did some papers and all. Then papers is done. So slowly I was aiming next. But I'm myself itself a very bad book at reading a book. A classic
Yes.
example is Pimbok. Daily 5 pages. I read it for 2 months or something like that. I remember, I don't remember exactly 2018, 2019. To read Pimbok, I took 2 months. Pimbok is a next level book, right? It's a official language. That language is different, and we are writing for exam. Then that time also I realized I should write something which is need to be easily digestible by the people. I'm not saying Pimbok is not wrong, but it's a law language, right? Everybody, it's like a BA LLB book is there, like that it will be there. It's a very good actually. That is needed for the projects to handle it more maturely. Then yeah, that like made me to think strongly. Then I've started this Agile and all. One day I realized I should write on Agile. Like, if you see my LinkedIn, I already wrote some blogs on how to crack PMP exam, how to crack PMA exam. If you go to 4 6 years back, and I've already spoken in different YouTube channels. You know how to how giving. Yesterday also one person is pinged me in WhatsApp that I am seeing your what you call career stock videos from Sunan Sharma. So that I started. Then I met somebody very interesting person in one my ex company. That guy is a doctorate. He wrote book and he wrote which I had already in my mind. Then I went to him and asked, "How did you approach?" Then openly, without any insecurities, you told me the process. You divide the chapters, you divide the manuscript, you draw a box. While writing this book also, when I was writing use cases and all, a lot of things are happening on the outside world, like AI, chat agents, and then agentic agents, and artificial general intelligence. All this is happening. I went to a depression that by the time I write and publish this, there will be nobody to read it because it is outdated stuff, right?
Actually, yes.
Then my wife, she came. I literally kind of 1 or 2 weeks I was in depression only, little bit, not heavy. This is depression word is big, not that big depression, but I was feeling very sad. I was demotivated. Then my wife gave one class. You draw a circle, you stand within this circle, you first complete that circle, then come out of that circle and see the world. Then she made a very powerful statement. Then I restricted because after writing chapter 6 and 7, I went back for chapter 2 and chapter 3. Like that, I went back 3 times. When I went back, everything has to change. That is why I took that. I'm a first time, I'm not a Chetan Bhagat or, our J.K. Rowling, right? Harry Potter. Then it has got own journey. First of all, I learned a lot because what I realized is while writing this, if I want to talk, I can talk on a fly. But if I want to write, I need to give a lot of thought process.
Mm.
If I want to learn certain thing very, meaningfully and impactfully, you need to put work to your, what you call hand and brain. Now try that. Most of us know when you want to write something about it, write a para. You will take good amount of time because you need to make some meaningful sentence, right? That's the beauty of that book journey, which made me to think like that. And there is a multiple ways to know some subject. You read, you listen, you talk, you see. Okay, reading book, writing you can write, listen you listen something, see you see YouTube videos of it. That's how my all my certification journeys is a combination of reading, writing, and then seeing and hearing. So these are the things. Say in the same analogy, I followed for this book also. First, I read the book, I launched it. Closely, 80 people are reading now. Some people are in chapter 9 or 11. Some people just started. First four chapters, I got very good feedback. Hopefully, we'll be seeing. And next month, probably after 2 months, I start. Yesterday only, started by podcast audiobook. I completed with author note and prefers and chapter one, but I will release after a month. So I'll be because I got the feedback from many people that यार हमको book में पढ़ना नहीं आता उतना interest नहीं
Actually,
है.
yeah, that is one because nowadays we have Alexa, we just tell and then okay, we get things like you told AI is there, you can just ask question to chat GPT and then you get the answer. So that's why I was just a bit old fashioned, like writing a book in nowadays. So yeah, that was the so we will be waiting for the
Podcast.
podcast as written by Brahmananda Reddy. So that's it. I'm really happy that you were able to express yourself. The main thing was to express yourself in
Yes.
your own words. So I
Yes.
think that is why we write a book in our own words. So great, Vinay. I really liked your presentation and thank you for accepting so promptly our invitation to present at our PMI Mumbai chapter. So I'll just share a certificate of appreciation, please, as a small token of thanks. Please accept this. So I'll just share it. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Yep. Yep. Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
thank you, Vinay, for this very interesting session. And please accept a certificate of appreciation from our end as a small token of thanks for accepting our invitation to present today's PM Forum session. And looking forward to invite you for presenting other interesting topics. Maybe we are completing our 25 years in the month of Jan. So maybe we will be. I will tell my president to contact you and invite you for our in-person event at PMI Mumbai chapter. So, thank you once again. And for all the attendees, feedback form link has been shared in the chat box. And who have joined today's session, please give your feedback. Please note that two PDU will get credited automatically in your account for attending today's session. But still, I am posting it in our chat box so that the people who are very in really in a hurry, they just can claim this PDU code and get the two PDUs for attending this session. And one more thing, recording of this session will be uploaded at our YouTube channel PMI Mumbai chapter. So thank you once again, Vinay, for your wonderful session, and thank you to all the attendees who joined this session. And meet you in next session soon. Bye bye, everyone,
Thank
and
you.
take
Thank you,
care.
Mumbai chapter. Thank you, Shika. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Oscar. It was really good opportunity and great talking to all the people and have enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.